been here a while, you know that we've already cracked the code on deadlift and squat. So if you need to, go ahead and look at the link in our description box, and I'll have links to those videos or that playlist, and then you can check this out. But we've cracked the code for squat and deadlift. Now we're moving upstairs into the king of the upper body lifts, the bench press. And just like downstairs, your bone structure is the boss. Your arm span, meaning your wingspan from tip to tip when your arms are out horizontally, is the single biggest factor to determining your bench press mechanics. So let's get objective right now. Go ahead and grab a tape measure. Stand against a wall and measure from the tip of your middle finger across your back to the tip of your right middle finger. Now measure your height. If your wingspan is greater than your height, you have long arms. If it is less than your height, you have short arms. This number dictates your entire bench press story. The name of the game in the bench press is range of motion. How far does the bar have to travel from lockout to your chest? For the long-limbed athlete, it's a marathon. For the short-limbed athlete, it's a sprint. This difference in distance isn't just about work, it's about leverage, muscle recruitment, and your biggest weakness. And if you're loving this data-driven approach to training, you need to check out our Biomechanics Solutions monthly program. For $99 a month, we build your entire training program around your unique measurements. Link is in the description, and stop guessing and start growing. Now, by that, we mean that we have programs built for long or short femurs, for the squat, or long or short torso for the deadlift, or long or short arm for bench press. So you'll find those programs that are built towards whatever group you fall into. And there's always new programs being added, and there's also some other programs in there. But you can go ahead and check out the link in the description box below. So let's dive back into the bench press. If you have long arms, your bench press is a test of patience and precision. That long range of motion is your defining challenge. Your pecs have to be engaged and under tension for that entire long descent and ascent. If your chest is weak, the bar will stall halfway up. You need massive, durable pectoral muscles. Now, this is where you live, kind of that mid-range sticking point. Getting the bar from a few inches off your chest to about halfway up is your battle. This requires insane tricep strength, but a very specific kind, the kind that works from a stretched position. You must learn to create a big arch when you're talking about your upper back and your chest. So arch and leg drive are gonna be your main things that you're looking for as a long-armed athlete. A big arch brings your chest higher, meaning the bar doesn't have to travel as far. So it's kind of a cheat code. This is non-negotiable for you. Your leg drive is your foundation for stability throughout this long movement. I know that when I bench press, my hamstrings cramp almost every single time. And that is keeping my hips on the bench. I know when I've done leg day, when I've done hamstrings before bench press, because my hamstrings 100% of the time will cramp when I am benching heavy or when I'm benching to fatigue, meaning a lot of reps. It's wild. So next, we're gonna talk about if you have short arms, you hit the bench press leverage jackpot. Your range of motion is short and efficient, but your challenges are just as specific. You move the weight a shorter distance, so your mechanical efficiency is a lot higher, and this is a huge advantage. But it means you often handle weights that are disproportionately heavy relative to your muscle mass, which brings its own risks, especially when you're dealing with tendons and ligaments in smaller joints. The load is a little bit different. Your struggle isn't off the chest, it's at the top. Because the weight is so heavy, your weak point is almost always the triceps lockout. If you miss a rep, it's usually with the bar just a few inches from full extension. With such a short range, the rep happens in a blink. You need to be explosive from the second your bar touches your chest. Furthermore, that short upright arm position at the bottom puts your shoulders in a vulnerable state. Rotator cuff health and scapular stability are your top priorities. So let's talk about how you would apply this information as an adult athlete. One, you stop copying the guy with different levers and you train your own weaknesses. So let's break into the basics for the different leverage points of the different built athletes. One, for the long arm athlete, your focus is building a bigger, stronger chest and overloading that mid-range of the movement, right? So dead stop bench press is one of your best friends. So here's some, for the DIY athlete, here are some exercises. A pause bench press. So you're gonna pause at the bottom with the bar in contact with your chest. This builds explosive power out of the bottom. 2, incline dumbbell press. It targets the upper pecs to strengthen that top half of the bench press. 2, floor press. It shortens the range of motion to overload the triceps in the lockout portion, building your missing top end strength. For the short arm athlete, your focus is bombarding the triceps and protecting the shoulders. So if you're a DIY adult athlete and you're not going to jump into the Biomechanics Solutions monthly program, you're going to go with replacing some of your lifts with close grip bench press. This is the #1 triceps builder for your lockout weakness. You're going to talk about pin presses. This is from the top. So you're training that sticking point at the top of your lift with heavy, heavy, heavy weight. So you'll have the bar set up where you're locked out at about here, and then you're gonna press from there, but it's a very heavy load, thinking above 100% of your 1 rep max bench press. And then next, you're gonna be doing band pull-aparts and face pulls. This is non-negotiable prehab to keep those shoulders heavy under those extremely heavy loads that you can move. So let's wrap this all up in a bow. Your wingspan isn't an excuse, it's an explanation. It tells you exactly where to focus your energy, your extra work, and how to make your bench press better. The long arm athlete needs to build a monstrous chest and master their arch, and then the short arm lifter needs to build cannonball triceps and bulletproof shoulders. And if you're tired of the DIY approach and you want a complete plan that integrates bench press specialization with your lower body work or your upper body work, but essentially makes your body a tool and not a liability, go ahead and sign up for the Biomechanics Solutions monthly program for $99 a month. You'll have access to the programs and you'll be able to customize the program in its timing. They're often designed to go with my philosophy, which is to train something that you're working on at least 4 days a week. And so you can see progress steadily, so you're not seeing that 72-hour window of non-adaptive activity. And you can customize it however you need to. Say you only have 3 days a week, that's fine. The program just lasts longer for you. Anyway, so you'll get a fully customized, you'll have access to fully customize all the programs available to you, and you'll save hours of programming and guesswork every single week. It'll have exactly what you need to do every single day that you're in the program. So what is your wingspan? Are you a marathon grinder or a sprinting powerhouse? Comment below. I want to see how many people belong to this family, belong to this family. Now, you might be curious as to what I am. I personally, actually, my arms are pretty average. As freakishly long as my femurs are and my legs are and how short my torso is, my wingspan for my arms is about the same height as me. So I can just operate under any sort of benching program that I think looks good. I have nothing specialized that I need to deal with. So this wraps up our 3-part foundation on the 3 big lifts. Next week, we're moving on to something new, how your anthropometrics affect your pull-ups and your rows, where we're going with back next. If this series has helped you understand your body better, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe. You'll be able to see whenever we put out a new video on whatever topic that you're interested in the biomechanics and adult athlete realm. All of this truly helps the channel and I really appreciate it. Now, with this new information, go press something.